Hi guys, and welcome back to Rise Anime. So today we are going to be kind of discussing like some upcoming Albedo figures that are going to be coming out, since there seems to be a lot right now. But I just love figures of her, and I thought it'd be just kind of a fun video to just talk about my thoughts on the new ones that are coming out, and maybe have a little discussion in the comments if anyone else would like to talk about them. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so I'm looking on my figure collection here, and the first one I want to talk about is the 1/7 ending version of Albedo by Spirit Tail and Wing. This one is overall like a very beautiful figure, but I'm not a big fan of like the framed figures. I'm not sure why though, but like I love the loose feathers and like the rose petals that are like scattered on the blanket that she's laying on. I think that looks really neat. Her hair sculpt and her wings look really great as well. And her face, it's pretty accurate, looks good. Yeah, it's a pretty solid figure. But, I saw someone on my figure collection had said that she is hauntingly beautiful, and I think that's a pretty good description for this figure. But I probably won't be ordering this one due to her, being on a frame and being naked. But yeah, the thorns look cool that are like kind of wrapping around her. It's a pretty cool figure, but like I said, I probably will not be picking this one up. On to the next one here. It is the Katie Cole Albedo, the 1/7 bride version by Kadokawa and Wing. Now, the first thing I noticed on this figure was absolutely the coloring of her hair and her wings. It is very beautifully shaded, kind of like, almost I would say like that copper kind of tone to it. Looks really, really nice. But I'm not really a big fan of the pose of her, because it really hides the outfit. Like, even in the pictures they show of her, it's hard to really see anything about her outfit, because like when they show the back of her on these pictures, the wings kind of cover up her outfit too, and it's just really hard to get a look at the wedding dress on her. I do like her painted nails though. I think those look nice. And another thing I'll say I'm not the biggest fan of on this one is the way they did her eyes. They just look kind of different to me. So like they're not my favorite Albedo eyes I've seen. But yeah, so let's take a look at the price here. Yeah, so 31,000 yen it shows on my figure collection. I know it's a little bit cheaper on AmiAmi since they usually have like those discounts. But still, that is a pretty insane price in my opinion for a 1/7 scale. But yeah, I think overall this figure's okay. I probably won't be picking this one up, even though I really do like the hair and the wings, but I think that's really the main thing this figure has going for it. So now I'm going to talk about the 1/7 F-Nex China dress version by Furyu. And this one, she has a really big presence with her hair, really flowing in the wind, her big wings, her elaborate base, everything. But I feel like she would just be kind of too big with all of that going on, which I'm not the biggest fan when figures take up a lot of space like that. But, kind of talking about her outfit, her dress is alright. I've seen better China dresses on figures, and it's not bad. And Like, I do think figure companies are getting really good at sculpting wings, but the only problem on this one with her having these big wings is a pretty controversial topic right now, and that is the really ugly support poles they chose for her. I believe they had shown some less awful looking ones a while ago, and they apparently like updated them or something, and they just look really bad now. I'll show you guys like a picture of that. But so that is definitely gonna hurt this figure, I believe, for people wanting to buy it, because it just looks pretty bad. And I'm not the biggest fan of the clear purple tips on her hair. Some figures make that kind of transparent look work really well, but I just don't think it works great on this one. And she is also like 30,000 yen, so I don't know, I just think that's too much. I know she has a lot going on, but I just think that's too pricey, and for the quality of everything, I definitely will not be ordering this one. Onto a very cool figure of Albedo. It is the 1/7 F-Nex white dress version by Furyu, and this one is just super cool. I love that she's in her original dress, and her wings are really beautiful. I think it's kind of an interesting take that they gave them like a green shading. Just real neat. Her hair looks good, has a nice shading on the back of it as well, and something that I really like about this figure is I think her face is near perfect. I don't know if it's like oil or what it is, like slipping through her fingers and like pooling around her. It just all looks super cool. Yeah, just taking a look at these pictures, looks great. But the bad thing about this figure, they had to go and ruin it by putting a 40,000 yen price tag on it. And I don't know why Furyu is doing this. They're just getting pretty insane with a lot of their figure prices though. And it's like, this would be such a great figure if they could just really lower that price. So I would definitely like to get this one, but probably the only chance of me getting it is if she happens to significantly drop in price in the aftermarket. So I really hope that happens. Now we have the Albedo by a figure company I've never heard of before, and it is I Delete Figure. I guess that's how you say it. And it is the 1/7 Gyoso version by Craft Egg. And this figure has great composition, I think. Something like just the way kind of the wings go around her and her hair, it just looks nice. And something that really makes this figure, in my opinion, is her face. It's just a very unique expression that I don't think we've ever seen on an Albedo figure. I love the color of her outfit, as purple is one of my favorite colors, and so much detail went into this. I mean, you can tell a lot of love was put into this figure. The katana is super cool. You can see like her wings kind of have a pearlescent coloring to them, and this one is so cool. It's still a little on the steep side for price, at 26,000 yen. She's a little more expensive, I think, on AmiAmi though, and which is where I would probably get her from if I did get her. But I think I'm just gonna kind of wait to see where the yen is at when she's released. She's supposed to be released next February, and with the yen being so back and forth lately, I'm pretty scared to pre-order anything. But I would like to order this one. She just looks very good. I really hope this company delivers, because it's just awesome. Okay, This one, I have to say, is probably the goofiest Albedo figure that has been announced. It is the 1/7 bikini armor version by Seoul International. Like, I have to ask, what is up with bikini armor figures? Like, I don't know, it just seems like such a silly concept, and I don't know, and this one just doesn't seem to be executed very well. I don't know, her face, like her expression doesn't really look like Albedo at all. Like, it doesn't look like a face she would make, and the pose is kind of awkward. Obviously I'm not a big fan of like the whole outfit thing, and I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. Obviously, you know, we don't know a price or anything for this one yet, since she's not up for pre-order or anything anywhere. But I don't know, this is just it's funny to me. I do not like this figure, and I won't be picking this one up. So these last two that I'm going to talk about are not painted yet, but I'd still like to give some thoughts on them anyway. And the first one I want to talk about out of these two is the 1/8 scale Pure White Santa version by Alter. This is a pretty neat looking one to start out with, and I really like the pose of her and like the happy vibes of it. I think it's really neat that her wings they have like decorations on them, so they kind of made them look like little Christmas trees. The outfit is pretty fun and unique, and I'm actually kind of glad they made this one a 1/8 scale, with how, you know, elaborate her wings are and how big like her accessories are, all of that. And I mean, it's gonna be made by Alter, so we know it's gonna be great. And I don't know, there's not really much else I can say on this one right now, without her being painted, not knowing a price, anything like that. But this one seems like something to be excited about. And finally, we have the FNEX Albedo 1/7 scale by Furyu. This one has no special name or anything like that. That's just it. This one looks pretty cool, I think. The thing that really sticks out to me that I really like on this one is the composition of her wings. How they kind of like frame her body looks really cool. And I just can't get over how detailed each feather is on this wing, or on her wings. They just look so good. Her dress looks good, you know, the wrinkles, you know, all that kind of stuff on it. Her hair and face both look good. The only thing I am not a big fan of on this figure is I think they kind of overdid her boobs a little bit. They could definitely dial that down. But aside from that, I really like this figure. And I think I can easily look over that. With it being a Furyu figure, I'm kind of worried to see, you know, what her price will be. But I'm keeping my hopes up though, since she doesn't have an elaborate base or anything. Hopefully, you know, whatever they do end up choosing to like make the color of her base or whatever, I hope it's something decent and looks good. But yeah, I really hope she has a good price on her, because I like this one and I'm really excited to see how she looks painted. Alright, so I believe that wraps up this discussion video about the upcoming Albedo figures. Let me know in the comments whichever ones you guys plan on pre-ordering and which ones you're most excited for. So thanks again for checking out this video, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.